Hey guys, welcome to another video. I'm taylahjadeart, a tattoo apprentice from Australia. Today I'll be doing a video how to draw roses freehand using references in fine liner style for your portfolio. I've had a lot of comments and questions asking whether using reference images and tracing is cheating. That is not at all the case. That you have to manifest and imagine how to draw everything on your own. No, not at all. You actually do it to get a greater accuracy of the subject matter at hand. So if you want to know how to create your own ideal rose from fine liner for your tattoo design in your portfolio, then this is the video for you, so let's go. Firstly, the most important thing is getting good reference images. There are billions of reference images out there, but it's important to look at them and find out what's got the best overall shape and feel, dynamic. So you can see these two are actually quite good. Now it's important to know that when it comes to design, we look from left to right going downwards. So the best kind of shape you could have is a diagonal kind of way. So that would be really good. So see this one, it's got very nice overall shape. It's got some leaves down there, but this one's got this nice triangular feel. And then it's got also a triangle feel to this one. So when I look at that, I kind of am looking here and then I go downwards. Now both the leaves aren't exactly where we would want to have them, but we can use those leaves as references for when we're creating the design, and then we can put that diagonal feel of where they should be as we go through it. So next up, I've got my pencil case. So in here is all my bits and bobs. This is an eraser. It's great for getting off the really tricky stuff. This is just a Posca pen. We don't have to worry about those. These are all my fine liners at different weights and thicknesses. These are really great to have. This is what we'll be using later. Guys, I'm going to be having some kits created, so if you check out the link in the description below, I'll have all the kits set up of what equipment I use, and it's really good because then you can actually find out the brands that I use, so that will be really easy for you guys to find. These are just some of the grey leads I have. These are actually quite good ones when I use them, so we might use those later. This is a blending pencil, so that's used for the grey leads. Graphite pencil. This is a great pen eraser. I love using that. Then this is a little special red pencil I have. It's in a mechanical pen. And then this is the blue pencil. So first up, we're going to be using the red pencil. So the red pencil is great because you can actually draw the shapes you want to begin off with from using your reference images. Now, these are good because when you actually scan up the image, if you want to put it on your computer, red doesn't show up. So that's what we like to use first. So if we have a look at this, I'm going to create some layers. Use some pencils, so we'll use the sketching here, and we'll use red here, and I'll grab this pencil. So what you can see is I want to use this one. So new layer, we have about 3 shapes here. So this one here, we have this one, and then we've got this one in the middle. So what you're actually doing is on your piece of paper, you can create the shapes on top of this here, and you're actually just making the basic shapes from the rose and just looking at it. So now it doesn't have to be perfect, This is the best part about using reference images. You're creating your own artwork with your own style. So I like to, and this, using the red pencil can be really rough, and you don't have to use every little detail in here. The best part is you can actually make it quite simple, yet we know what's going on. Alright, so let's do some bits up here. So that might curve round. It's important to know this part always kind of curves round. Alright. Curves into that shape here. And then, so we're going off this part. We'll go here. So it's really good to just make them quite bigger, make them quite basic, and get all those kind of hanging off parts around here. So we want some big ones here, maybe 2. And then this one kind of wraps round, and it's got like a little lip there, and bring that around. Now we want to finish this off this side by doing probably made that a bit too big, but that's alright. And we get a shape here, and there's a bit of a lip there as well. Put it around. So we've done this lip, but we haven't done the under part, so we can kind of, based on our circle, kind of finish it off, do the cup of the rose there. And then I always like doing big parts. So the best thing about roses is there are all kinds of different ones. You can get like sharp ones where the petals are quite ripe. It's really nice. So that's more, I find a lot of like guys like the sharper ones. Out of the roses, it's probably the most masculine ones. Compared to like your kind of softer, rounder with ones. There we go. Oh, I'm loving this. Alright, I hope you can see. I'm kind of just filling that in. Alright, so you've got that, but we also have these leaves there. So you notice that rose leaves are always in the 3s. So if we're looking at this dynamic here, when you look left to right, as I said earlier, you'd probably want to create like a 3 here, an off one here. You want it like quite dynamic. And looking at these ones, there's kind of 2 off here and 1 there. So we might go, okay, we'll have like 2 here and then 1 there. And it gives that kind of dynamic feel. Might make them a bit bigger. My perspective from here is a bit off. So you've got that, and it's kind of the lips on there. We like to do the lips on the rose ones. There we have it. The red outline, it's quite organic, it looks nice. So next up we're actually going to get out the blue pencil. What the blue pencil does is it starts to refine the detail from the red ones. So we'll start down at the leaves, just going over top of the red lines and creating our design to look a little more finished. So let's get to it. So now we're doing the outline of the rose, and I'm going to add in these little lines because it gives it a bit more shape, and so you can actually see the direction of the petals. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. You're creating your own artwork with your unique flair and personal style. So just enjoy the process. Try and make it simple because, you know, less is more in a way. And this is just to get the basics of what you're doing with creating an actual rose. It's not going to be your super realistic rose drawing with heaps of shading. Just going to finish it up here on the last bit of leaves, and then we can move on to the next part. As you can see, it looks pretty good so far with the blue and red contrasting against. So with this next stage, I'm going to use 3 fine liners, the 3, the 6 and the 1. Now, I'll explain it as I do it, but what we're going to do is we're going to grab the tracing paper that you might have. This one's quite cheap. I get it from Office Works if you're from Australia. So you grab it and we put it over the top. You try to kind of keep it still. So you might want to get some tape, stick it down so it doesn't move. Just like that. So the best part about any sketching book is that it doesn't matter how your image actually goes. The quality of the paper doesn't really matter. It's this next part. I like to use tracing paper because I put it in my portfolio. But if you want to use another piece of paper, you could use a light box to get it onto a really good piece of paper. You can fine line it over the top and then just scan it in anyway on your computer. It's really up to you. So let's start with the 6. And what we do first is I actually like to do the outline with it. So this is what will help create a bit of depth with it. So picking my favorite lines amongst the blue. Actually, you know what? We could even probably go an 8 to get it even thicker. Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright. Go with the 8. Pick your best lines on it. Oh. Yeah, so we're just going around the outside of the rose. And then we'll actually do the outside of the leaves as well. And then put it here. And this one. Alright, so next we're going to go to our 3. So this will be basically all the dominant lines inside as well. So we'll do these lines here from all the roses. Now you can take your time with this. You know where you're drawing now, so there's really no need to rush these lines. Let's go. And then you kind of line them up from those outside lines so they look quite connected. Give it a little flick. So we're almost done here. We're just adding in these extra lines that I've added in on the blue. So this is to create quite character with the design. Alright, and then we just finish it off in here. All these extra lines that we did before. Like I said, it will create a bit of depth. Now you can add a bit of shading to this if you want. I might show just a little example of a little bit of shading after we have finished doing all this, and I can get rid of the blue and red colour. Oh, here we go. Like that a line. There we go. Fix that up a bit. And awesome. Alright. So, the reveal. So is, ta-da! Now, it might not be the best one, but this is a great way to practice. If I were to show you a bit of shading, I've just got my graphite. Just add in some bits here, right? Where we know some shadows are in these photos. You get dark in here, you know. And then I'll show you the blending stick. So this is the blending stick, and we just do, if you put a lot of graphite, it can be very strong, so you don't have to put a lot because it will blend it quite far, as you can see. And then if you smudge on parts you shouldn't have, then you can just erase it easily. That's a really good thing about this, and using tracing paper as well. Just all that. And you'd be surprised, the style's actually quite liked among a lot of people. So don't be afraid to put it into your portfolio. And we'll just finish it off right here. Always think of a light source as well, but we can cover that in another video. Ta-da! Thanks so much for doing this video with me, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a bit. This is the final result of what we did today, so let me know in the comments below how you enjoyed it, what you liked about it, and you know what, tag me on Instagram, taylahjadeart. I'd love to see what you came up with. So thanks a lot, guys, and I look forward to seeing you at the next video.